Hi, my name's Addie Arback, and I'm from Next Step Initiative. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my story and how I got started with this. First of all, I grew up with, my dad was a kingpin biker, meth dealer back in the 70s. So my son died in 2015 from MRSA, which is from drug-related, from using needles. He was in hospital for 33 days and then he died. At that point, I got very depressed and I got up to take care of my grandkids when they came home from school, but and that was faking it to make it. Besides that, I kind of moved into my bedroom and didn't move around a lot. A few years later, the September that just passed, my sister had called me up and said a couple of friends got together and decided we wanted to do this, the therapeutic art within the community to help people spread hope in the epidemic of the opioids and meth, which is not mentioned enough. But so I said, yeah, I guess so. I'm not real artsy-fartsy, but that sounds kind of cool. And she talked me into coming. Well, this just happened to be on my son's birthday. So I went, and I sat down and listened, and it came my turn around the table, and I said, I want to do something different. We're sisters. My sister and I run the agency. I want to do something way different. I want to save lives. This agency saved my life. Sorry. I would still be in that room, and I still wouldn't have got up to do anything except to fake it to make it. Now I got my confidence back. I have 3 kids that are active users now, and so I'm boots on the ground. I go inside of trap houses. I post flyers to say I'm coming back. I bring eggs, water, whatever needs. I'll drive people to get licensed and things they need to get into the rehab. I try my best to get them into recovery. I started with, because my biological kids are addicts, I grabbed all their Facebook friends. And now since September, I can't even keep track of how many people I put in treatment since then, but I have a constant connect with these people. Every day I say something to them. Even if I'm tired at the end of the day, I'll say something and push all the buttons. I send them education on an overdose, what won't happen to them because of the Samaritan law if they help somebody and if they call 911, the safeties of not throwing their trash down so that children won't pick it up. We wrap ourselves around the community. We're a nonprofit. We have zero money most of the time, but we're real client-based. That one particular person, if you would say to me, what do you do? I would say, what do you need? Because if I can't do it, I'm going to find somebody that does. My main focus as far as clients is find the people who don't know they could come in. They don't know that they can come without insurance. They don't have cars. They don't have license. They burn all their bridges with their families and their friends. I'm the bridge you can't burn. My name is Miss Addie. That's what they call me. I call them my kids. They call me Miss Addie. There's a real respect for me. I can go into a trap house, and if they know I'm coming because I posted a flyer, I will see no drugs. They'll be in the basement, they'll be in the bathroom. They will not bring them out in front of me. If they did, they'd be in trouble. So I build a trust with them and a relationship with them. I let them know they're human, and I let them know that I'm just like them. That's why I don't call them clients. They're my kids. I'm someone who has been there. I'm a recovering addict, and that just genuinely cares. I was sitting in my grief watching on the TV. It was like 1 dying a day, sometimes 2. I just couldn't deal with watching it anymore without doing my part. I feel like if everybody does this much, that adds up to so much that we could probably take care of this problem. But everybody has to do this much. So I go out into the community. I seek out people that can't help themselves, and I do my best to help them. The main thing is the connection, though. These people are lost, and they need somebody to love them. And at the end of the day, I used to think, okay, I couldn't get this one into treatment, and I'm so passionate about it, but I would go home and cry. I'd be like, oh my God, I failed today. I couldn't do it. And my sister pointed out to me that just one day when these people leave this earth, they're going to know that somebody cared about them. Every day this person got with me. She told me how beautiful I was. She told me I could do anything. She sent me encouraging words. I make them do affirmations sometimes. They make me do them back, which is very helpful. They're my friends. They know I love them. I have just a small story. We had our little itty bitty bank account there, and a client had called me, and it was the first time. I never met him. He called me and said, my girlfriend Sarah said to call you. Our cards are everywhere. I don't know how they get there, but and he said, by the end of the conversation, my gut knew that he was in trouble and that he might commit suicide. I really felt that, and I really trust my gut. So, and I'm telling you this because this is how individually we do things for different people. I drove to Harriman and I picked him up and I drove him to Nashville to get into his treatment center so that he wouldn't kill himself. In the meantime, he sat at McDonald's. My sister sent a friend to Harriman, sat at McDonald's with him until we got to him. So it's really client-based, and it's really the individual need, and it's really gut-based a lot for me. What needs to be done? Is this person okay? What can I do to get them okay, even if it's for the moment? And make sure everybody knows they're loved, everybody. And I genuinely love these people. I don't just do this to get them. It's not a trickery. It's a little bit, but I genuinely love these kids. A lot of these kids, my son that died, these are his friends. It stemmed out from his friends to their friends to their friends. Now we've actually had a girl come up to me and somebody said, this is so-and-so, and this is Miss Addie. And she said, oh, I have one of her cards. I said, oh, where'd you get my card from? It's a big where'd you get my card from game with us. And she said, my John gave it to me. And I said, that's interesting. But that's what I do. I'm pretty much boots on the ground. We bring the community in, and anything we can't do for the client, we will find somebody who can do it. We don't give up till we do. I do interviews at Taco Bell, in my car. We don't have an office. Dunkin' Donuts, in someone else's house, in the trap house. And 9 times out of 10, if somebody reaches out to me and I go to their house, there's 2 or 3 other clients in that house. Before I leave, I'm usually getting that many. And this is, just to brag a little, this is not quite the end of April, and we helped 16 people this month so far.
That's great.
Yes. Because I'm getting to know people in the community more. I can call Centerpoint and say, hey, Matt, it's Addie. I can call Crisis Detox. Hey, Marta, it's me. And they so work with me, all of them. It's like these people that I'm working with, my clients, don't have telephones, most of them, except for not service. They have the internet and the messenger where they call with the messenger. Mm-hmm. And I actually have people in the community working with me to where, okay, you have this long to get a hold of this client. We have a bed. So I have to go out and find the client and collect them up and get them into the bed. So we do an Narcan exchange. We're trying to get into the needle exchange. We get to know the police officers and see what they can do for us. I work with a few lawyers, and our new strategy is most of the people that are going into the jail are going because of drug use. So I have a lawyer that will call me and say, hey, I got this one. His court date is the 18th. And I'll be like, okay, I'm on it. And I'll call the person. And we try to get them to where the DAs are a lot easier with us if we have a bed date. So he goes in and says, look, this is all about drugs that this person did this. Next Step Initiative has them a bed date. Can we just court order this to be drug rehab? Excuse me if I let my secret out, but that's my trickery, because I believe that one of the solutions would be turn all the jails into drug rehabs. It's what 90% of the people are in there for. Why are we punishing them instead of curing them so we could bring them back out to society to be working class people instead of people that want to steal the battery out of your car? I mean, we're not fixing the problem by punishing people that need help. So that's it. That's me.
How can we better support those struggling with opioid addiction in Tennessee?
How could we better support them? For one, I think we need to educate the addicts. We educate ourselves about what to do with the addicts. The addicts have no idea what we're talking about or and that's important because how else would we help them? I think that people need to look at them as somebody with a disease, that they are people, that there's no matter what the heroin and the opioids have done to them, there is somebody deep inside of there that is somebody's mother, somebody's brother, son. There's a lot of, humanize them. Stop making it like, and there's a stigma. There's a stigma, and it's so crazy. The people I work with are anywhere from age 21 to 56. I have a 56-year-old client that's going in tomorrow. So I wish that people would understand that these are just people and to have more compassion. And anything we can do to stop the dying until we can figure this out is very important to me.